You is get you. It's your boy Ty back here with another video. And in this video today, guys, we're going to be talking about the Pyramid of Power coming to NBA 2K24 MyTEAM tomorrow. What is it and whether you guys should be paying attention to it or not. Now, there already is some controversy of why 2K is making the bottom tier of cards MT, right? You have to spend MT to get them, and I get that, but still, we're going to be looking at it and talking about whether this is worth it. Now, what is the Pyramid of Power coming tomorrow? Well, it says collect all the Sapphire players from the player market. So, the Sapphire players that you guys see here, Mo P, Tony Parker, Clint Capela, Joe Harris, Tom Chambers, you have to get each and every one of those guys from the player market, and I'm guessing they're going to be right around 16,000 MT because that's what we've seen the price of Sapphires be. And you gotta collect all of them. So do 17 times 5. That's going to be the price of the Sapphires, which is about 85,000 MT. So to even get your foot into the door for this whole Pyramid of Power thing, you need 85,000 MT. Now, is that a lot of MT in the grand scheme of things? I mean, it's a decent amount. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat things. That is. I mean, it is a decent amount of MT. I mean, is it unrealistic? No, you can get that amount of MT, but is it worth you guys spending that much MT on this entire thing? Well, you collect the Sapphire players, then you can complete an agenda group for the Sapphire players to earn the trio of rubies. So it's just an agenda group, you earn the trio of rubies. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, Isaiah Thomas, he's going to be horrible. Zach Randolph is going to be horrible. Javale McGee has a chance to be good, but he probably won't be good because I bet he's not going to be able to shoot, and I bet they make his speed bad as well. So, I mean, when I'm looking at things, sure, the Sapphires, Joe Harris probably going to be a marksman, Mo Pete probably going to be solid, and Tom Chambers could be okay. But, I mean, you look at those first 8 cards, I don't know, half of them are going to be trash. Tony Parker, trash. Clint Capela is not going to be good. Isaiah Thomas, Zach Randolph, they're going to be horrible. And, again, it's not cheap to do that, okay? So, once you get that done, then you use the Ruby players in an agenda group to earn the Amethyst players in Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Love. And then you'll top the pyramid by completing the Amethyst agenda group for Dwyane Wade. So realistically, guys, unless, this is the way I see it, unless you're able to earn MT directly through the other challenges, like at the Ruby, Ami, and Diamond tier, this is not going to be worth it. Now, let's say you have to spend 85,000 MT, and then you get rewarded as you go up. It'll be better, but still, you're going to have 85,000 MT to even get your foot in the door for this whole thing, which is just sad. You should be able to earn these Sapphires, in my opinion, you should be able to earn the Sapphires by just playing the game. And everybody's going to be like, oh, but after you get through it, you can resell the Sapphires. Well, sure, you can resell them. So, yeah, if you buy them for, let's say, 85,000 MT, you're going to be able to sell them for, what, 35,000 MT? But you shouldn't have to do that to grind the game. Like, this would have been absolutely elite if these Sapphires were earnable. Even if you had to, let's say, grind spotlights to get the Sapphire players. And maybe that's the way it is. I don't know. Maybe 2K will put that out, but it doesn't say anything about that. It says you got to get them from the player market. This could be just so much better. And I'm not saying I hate it. I'm not saying that I'm not going to do it, because I probably will, because I think Dwyane Wade is going to be absolutely outstanding. But it's just sad that you have to have 85,000 MT to even get your foot in the door. Now, for me, part of me is like, okay, on my no money spent, I have like 207,000 MT. Okay, I'll buy them for, let's say, 85,000 MT. I'll complete the challenges, I'll grade them, and then I'm just going to sell them back. That's probably what I'm personally going to do. But not everybody has 85,000 MT to just sit there and invest in this whole thing. And that's kind of, again, the big red flag behind this thing is the Pyramid of Power, it should be free. It should be a just grind that everybody is able to do. And the part that I hate the most about this is it's not accessible. Accessibility is the biggest key to the MyTEAM mode, and this is not accessible. Saying, oh, they're available in the player market doesn't help, because do you guys realize how long you have to grind to get 86,000 MT? You have to grind quite a long time, okay? And you guys will be like, oh, Ty, just buy some MT. If you buy some MT or VC, they're not going to be super expensive. You know what? Your guys are right. But it's just the sole fact of, okay, well, then you're going to have to spend $20 on the Sapphires, and that is not worth it either. It might even be more than that. I don't even know. That's just my whole problem with this. I don't think Dwyane Wade is going to be game-breaking good. He'll probably be the third best point guard in the game behind Kyrie and Steph, and that's solid. But along the way, do I think Dominique Wilkins is going to be great? No. Do I think Kevin Love's going to be good? He'll be fine, but not, make the best squad in the game. And so if you have literally the best squad in the game, let's say you have Kyrie and Steph, this is not worth it. Now, let's say you don't have Steph Curry. The way I look at it is you get a diamond Dwyane Wade for basically 45,000 MT if you have the 85,000 MT already, as well as a bunch of other cards. It's not that bad. I just wish it was more accessible. And again, they could make them available through the player market and then add like a spotlight challenges in which it takes like an hour to get each one of the sapphires. I wouldn't even hate that, right? Then there's a pay to win and then there's a grind to win. And I do feel like that would have been better for the game mode in general. And again, for me, from my side looking at things, like if you have the MT, you can sell those sapphires back for, 40% of what they're worth. Then after you grade them, they might be even more than that. But at the end of the day, you shouldn't have to you shouldn't have to do all that, right? That is just doing too much. So I don't know. That's just kind of my whole perspective, my whole thought process on this. I do believe in general this is going to be fun for the MyTEAM community. I just wish everybody had the ability to grind this. And that's not the case. Not everybody just has 85,000 MT just waiting to be redeemed. Now, here's what I would say. If there is a way you guys can get 85,000 MT, I would try to do it. Because the way I look at it is, let's say for my No Money Spent squad series, right? Kevin Love, probably going to play. Dwyane Wade, definitely going to play. Dominique Wilkins has a chance to play. And if they make Javale McGee good, he could play as well. And who knows, maybe, I'm probably going to sell all those sapphires back. But then you're looking at 3 guys on the No Money Spent squad series that do make my squad. So it definitely is going to help improve the squad. And even Dwyane Wade, he, like my point guard on my No Money Spent squad series, as it stands right now, is Chris Paul and Ruby Baron Davis. I mean, Dwyane Wade is going to be better than those guys, no doubt about it. And so, I hate to say it, guys, this set is more for like the all money spent people than the no money spent people, but it is kind of that in between, right? So like even if you do have a little bit of MT on, let's say your no money spent squad series, it is not a bad grind. The one thing I will say is if I'm having to spend all the MT on these, you should be able to grind this in a couple of hours. This should not be like a 20+ hour grind. If it is, that is a big time issue that 2K really needs to look in depth in. And honestly, guys, for a weekly grind, this isn't bad, right? Last week we got the gauntlet. This week we're getting the Pyramid of Power. Maybe next week we'll get something that is free, maybe a longer grind, something like that. And if that's the case, then again, I'm not going to sit here and complain too much. I do like the overall concept of this. It just could have been so much better if those sapphires were redeemable for free. And as it stands right now, from the looks of it, it does not look like 2K. It is giving us the ability to do that. 2K is a little money hungry, and again, that is just the way it is ultimately. So I don't know. I'm excited to add Dwyane Wade to my No Money Spent squad series more than anything, but I do feel like this game. I don't want to hate on the game because I do like the game in general, but I just feel like it's a little money hungry making the sapphires available only through the player market instead of even make them available through the agendas as well. That's not rocket science. I just wish 2K just had a little more interest in the community than they do. That's going to wrap it up for our video, guys. I do think Dwyane Wade is going to be absolutely outstanding. Probably a top 3 point guard in my team. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, man, I love you guys, and have a blessed day.